Now on CoastTV News.
Wilkerson's final verdict, a crucial day in court as Randon Wilkerson faces sentencing for the murder of Corporal Keith Heacook, what this could mean for Delaware's justice system and the ongoing debate over capital punishment. South Bethany's cannabis clash. The potential ban on marijuana sales and cultivation in South Bethany is up for a vote. The implications for people who live there and the future of cannabis on the coast. Beach access for all. See how Rehoboth Beach is becoming more accessible. We'll share a heartwarming story of a family whose beach experience is transformed by new mobility mats.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Members and supporters of the Heacook family walking out of the courthouse after hearing the sentencing on Friday morning at the Sussex County Courthouse. Good evening. I'm Mallory Metzner.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with the sentencing of Randon Wilkerson, the man convicted in the 2021 murder of Delmar Corporal Keith Heacook.
Randon Wilkerson was sentenced to 2 life sentences this morning in Sussex County Superior Court for 2 counts of first-degree murder. In addition to serving life in prison, Wilkerson received over 200 additional years for other charges he faces, including assault, possession of a deadly weapon during the commission of a felony and by a prohibited person, terroristic threatening, offensive touching, and burglary. These additional sentences range from 30 days for offensive touching to 25 years for assaulting seniors. Wilkerson was found guilty in an October 16th bench trial that lasted less than 2 hours. Friday's sentencing hearing lasted less than an hour, but in those 50 minutes there was retelling of the horrific details of April 25th, 2021, and hope from the defense team to factor in Wilkerson's state of mind. Live in Georgetown in front of the Sussex County Courthouse is CoastTV News anchor Matt Pensick. Matt, on a morning where the murder facts were restated, there was also plenty of emotion.
It was a day of emotion for the family of Corporal Keith Heacook, some emotion too for the family of the man convicted for his murder, 32-year-old Randon Wilkerson. I sat directly behind Wilkerson's mother in courtroom number 1. She had to hear those horrific details that led to 2 life sentences. Superior Court Judge Craig Hartnett said his sentencing represents the top level of severity for each conviction.
A-C-O-O-K, say his name.
Some of the reaction coming out of Sussex County Courthouse after Randon Wilkerson, the man convicted of killing Delmar Police Corporal Keith Heacook, was sentenced Friday morning. Before receiving the sentence, Wilkerson, who looked similar to his appearance at the October trial wearing an orange prison jumpsuit, made a statement to the court, saying he's sincerely sorry and he prays every day for the Heacook family. After learning of the life sentences, Wilkerson was escorted out of courtroom number 1. Before going out the door, he shouted, "God is good always." It caught the attention of Heacook's sisters, who were in attendance.
We're glad it's over, and I think justice was served, but he laughed at the end. So I don't know if he really has any remorse, even though he said he did. They got their just deserve, and hopefully they can live with what they did.
And then murder? Nah. No. My God, no forgiveness.
Similar sentiments shared by Heacook's 14-year-old son, Matthew, as part of a statement read by Deputy Attorney General David Hume. Matthew said that even though he's a Christian, he could never forgive Wilkerson for what he did that morning. I spoke with Wilkerson's mother, Capri Simmons, and she says she regrets this terrible tragedy happened. It is a tragedy that shook our region. And for those closest to Heacook, at least it appears they are satisfied with the sentencing. Live outside the Sussex County Courthouse in Georgetown, I'm Matt Pensick, CoastTV News.
Thank you, Matt. And now let's get a little historical context. Almost 2.5 years ago, Corporal Heacook was a 22-year veteran of the Delmar Police Department. On April 25th, 2021, he was assaulted by Randon Wilkerson while responding to a reported fight in progress in the Yorkshire Estates community in Delmar. Upon arriving to the scene, police say Corporal was confronted by Wilkerson. Dispatchers did not receive a response from Heacook after that. According to police, additional officers were dispatched from multiple agencies and they arrived to find Heacook unconscious inside the home. After efforts to revive him, Heacook was taken to Tidal Health in Salisbury before being transported to shock trauma in Baltimore with significant head injuries. 3 days later, Hecook was taken off life support. His memorial services on May 10, 2021 brought thousands of friends, family, community supporters, and law enforcement from around the country.
Now, after the sentencing, there's the possibility of an appeal, though prosecutors have previously said they're confident the verdict will stand. As for now, Wilkerson has been sentenced to spend the rest of his life behind bars. According to a court official, a written order for the sentencing is expected to be available on Monday.
And with Wilkerson's sentencing in mind, it's important to bring up that Delaware Representatives Timothy Dukes and Danny Short have announced that they plan to introduce legislation in the new year that would reinstate the death penalty for anybody convicted of murder of a person of law enforcement or public safety officer. But let's look at a brief history here of the death penalty in the first state. Capital punishment was abolished by Delaware in 1958, only to return in 1961. In 1986, legislation was passed that made lethal injection the mode of execution. Then in 1991, Delaware changed its law for jury to recommend the penalty and then the judge to decide the sentence. Then on August 2nd, 2016, the Delaware Supreme Court ruled that Delaware's death penalty was unconstitutional. And all of this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you think Delaware should reinstate capital punishment for the murder of first responders. Let's take a look at the results from the last news hour.
Taking a look at the screen here, the majority still says yes. That's up to 86% now, so that number has increased. 14% say no. If you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttvnews.com or on our mobile app. We'll show you updated results on Coast TV News at 11. And now let's transition to the weather as we take a live look outside into Ocean City. It was pretty mild out there today. Our first alert meteorologist, Alex Seymour, joins us now with a look at the forecast for tonight. Good evening, Alex.
Good evening. Yeah, certainly a pretty mild day today to end the week and to start the weekend. We're going to see some pretty warm conditions for the month of December. We're going to be talking about temps climbing up into the 60s tomorrow, and it's going to be a gorgeous day. You want to spend some time outside tomorrow. By Sunday, the weather certainly goes downhill. We actually have a first alert weather day for Sunday for the chance of some heavy rain and gusty winds. Got our helmet camera at the Indian River Inlet. This is at the Ocean View VFW. Skies are clear. Temps sitting right around 49 degrees this evening. We're in the upper 40s to close to 50 degrees all across Delmarva this evening. Really not too bad out there for this time of year. Winds coming out of the south. Those south winds are going to start to usher in some warmer air as we head towards tomorrow. Skies completely clear, and that's how it's going to remain for the remainder of this evening. So if you are heading out to any of those Christmas light shows across Delmarva, temps going to hold steady in the 40s, so you probably want a light jacket, but don't need to bundle up too much. Skies are going to be completely clear then. Throughout the next 3 days at our beaches, mostly sunny, warm tomorrow, but rain is on the way on Sunday in Ocean City, Fenwick Island, Lewis, and Rehoboth Beach.
Thank you, Alex. Coming up this weekend, it's campaign season, and a new hat has been thrown into the ring in Lewis. Kim Hoey-Stevenson will be hosting a campaign kickoff event this weekend. She's running for the 6th Senate District. The event will be held Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. at Fenn's Ale House and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach.
There is significant development for Delaware's transportation system. Senators Tom Carper and Chris Coons announced a $500,000 grant from the bipartisan infrastructure law. The funds will be used to start a new rail corridor connecting northern Delaware to eastern Maryland via central Delaware. That includes Dover. This change aims to improve commuter options and reduce road traffic and emissions.
The Lewis-Marin City Council held a public hearing December 4th on the proposed Beach House of Lewis. This motel would be located at 209 Savannah Road. That's the site of the former Two Dips Ice Cream, if you recognize it there. Owner Jim Owen told the Marin Council he has reduced the number of rooms from 16 to 15 to accommodate more parking.
Yet another town is joining the long list of towns saying no to marijuana. South Bethany voted to ban marijuana businesses in their town limits just this morning. Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert is live in South Bethany. Charles, neighbors were a little bit mixed on pot today.
Charlie, Town Council voted to pass this ordinance 5-1 this morning, so with a pretty decent majority. Now, this ban would impact any type of marijuana business you could possibly think of here in South Bethany, from dispensaries to marijuana smoking lounges. Now, under the Marijuana Control Act, which made smoking recreational pot legal here in the first state, towns do have the authority to not allow the sale or cultivation of weed within their jurisdictions. One neighbor said today she believes weed stores wouldn't be the worst thing for the town.
Alcohol is way more dangerous than marijuana. I know a lot of drunks, a lot of alcoholics. I don't know a lot of potheads. I mean, it can be regulated today. I don't have a problem with marijuana per se.
South Bethany is far from the first town to have a ban like this along our coast. And just north of here, Bethany Beach passed a similar ordinance back in August. I'm Charles Reiner, live in South Bethany, CoastTV News.
Thank you, Charles. For the Greenwood Parade tonight, DelDOT will be blocking westbound traffic on Market Street in just a little bit at 6:45 p.m. You will be able to travel eastbound only on Market Street past Mill Street during that time. Also, keep in mind the judges' stand and announcers trailer will be in front of the Town Hall parking lot. Be sure to make plans early to find parking for the parade.
Looking to send your child to a charter school, the Sussex Academy will be holding an open house December 12th from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. In addition to the open house, there will be a tour of the campus. That starts at 8:15 a.m. by an administrator. If you're looking for more information about Sussex Academy, make sure to stop by.
And make sure to pull out your phones and scan the QR code for our First Alert weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need. You will see the QR code a little later again with Alex. And we are just getting started tonight.
Holly history, how the start of a well-known Christmas favorite is rooted in coastal town soil.
A warm and sunny day on the way for tomorrow, but that will give way to stormy conditions on Sunday. I'll time out the arrival of that rain. Up in just a few minutes.
But first, the need for more beach accessibility. What one local family says about the struggles of going to the beach with a wheelchair. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Life is a commitment, a beautiful journey that teaches us all that just when you think you've got it made, you've got another thing coming. To which we say, bring it on. You've got a heart that needs a hand. We've got hands committed to saving hundreds of hearts each year. You want your life back? We've got your back, and your hips, and your knees. You're facing a monster? We've got heroes. Life gets off to a rough start? We've got this, and this, and this. You have fear? We have hope. You're facing a storm? Hey, storm, is that all you got? Because we've got more. More ways to help, more ways to provide hope, more ways to prove our commitment to you. And that commitment, well, it runs deep.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Improving accessibility, the City of Rehoboth Beach posted on its Instagram page that Moby mats, which make it easier for wheelchairs to make their way to the beach, were donated to the city by a local company that wishes to remain anonymous.
The city says this summer 400 feet of Moby mat will be placed on the beach this summer where beach wheelchairs are available.
Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber met with a local family who's trying to raise awareness about beach accessibility along the coast.
Stevie Toll was diagnosed with Pelizaeus-Merzbacher disease, PMD, which is a nervous system disorder, when he was 18 months old. Despite being in a wheelchair his whole life, Toll loves to be active, everything from ziplining to riding horses. But limited wheelchair accessibility has prevented his family from enjoying the beach.
We haven't been on the beach in years. And it's not just us, anyone with any type of mobility issue. Whether it's someone like Stevie that's in a power wheelchair, which him and the chair together is over 500 pounds. So it doesn't go in sand, it doesn't go in mud, it doesn't go a lot of places. And a chair, a manual chair wouldn't go, but even someone that's using a walker, or someone that's using a scooter, or someone that's using a cane, anything that requires a little bit of assistance, you can't get on the beach.
The city of Rehoboth Beach posted on social media that an anonymous donor had donated 400 feet of what are called Moby mats to provide more accessibility for beach wheelchairs.
I know, that's awesome.
Stevie's family is excited about the gift, but they say there is much more that needs to be done.
Individuals with disabilities, whatever type, just want to enjoy life, like you and I, everybody else. And going to the beach is part of that.
Because everyone that lives here along the coast should be able to enjoy our greatest natural resource. And Stevie's family asks city and town officials of beach areas to continue to search for ways to make sure beach accessibility is available to everyone, especially those with mobility issues. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
A first alert weather day is in effect for Sunday here along the coast. I'll let you know how much rain to expect coming up just after the break.
Discover your future with Sussex Tech Adult Education. We offer registered apprenticeship and health profession programs and much more, which will prepare you for everything you need to succeed in your new career, providing hands-on experience with classes taught by professionals from every industry. Sussex Tech will assist our graduates in finding their new career opportunity. To learn more about how you can earn your professional credentials that can change your life, check out Sussex Tech Adult Education online.
Your future is waiting for you at Sussex Tech Adult Education.
Transform your outdoor space with Backyard Works. We are Sussex County's one call for all your fence, deck, handrail, pergolas, shower, and trash enclosure needs. Locally owned and operated, we make all our vinyl and aluminum fence right here in Harbison, Delaware, from American-made manufacturers. Cut out the middleman and deal direct. As a TimberTech Platinum deck dealer, our trained team will professionally install your deck that will last a lifetime. Give us a call and let us make your backyard work.
Uneven concrete at your home or business? It's unsightly and unsafe. Call Morris Masonry, Delmarva's exclusive spray foam systems, concrete leveling, and masonry contractor. Morris injects safe polyurethane to slowly level the slab. It stabilizes the ground below, reducing erosion and settling. Leveling is half the cost of pouring new, and it's done in as little as 1 day. Call Morris Masonry for an expert analysis. No job is too big or too small. They'll fix your front step or even a shopping mall.
Or city sidewalks or a highway.
This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Boscov's, save 15% off the price of a Boscov's gift card. They never expire and can be used anytime starting December 26th. Entertain with style with tabletop Christmas dinnerware, serveware, and more, all 50% off. Comfy holiday sleepwear, robes, and loungewear. Nautica, Ellen Tracy, and more, 50 to 75% off. Men's Architect flannel sleep pants are just $5.99. There's gifts for everyone on your list at the lowest prices guaranteed at all Boscov's.
Help solve the homeless pet problem by opening your home to a new furry friend. The Brandywine Valley SPCA presents the largest mega adoption event in the country. Hundreds of animals are ready to go home that same day. Adoption fees have been reduced to $35 and include microchipping, vaccinations, spaying, and neutering. Bring the whole family on December 9th and 10th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at all Brandywine Valley SPCA locations and participating partner shelters. For more information, visit megaadopt.com.
A beautiful day on the way for Saturday, but first, before we get to that beautiful weather, we got to talk about some messy weather that's on the way for the second half of the weekend. It's something that was just issued just a couple hours ago to cover that stormy weather on the way for Sunday. Flood watch in effect for Sussex County and points north. This goes into effect starting midday Sunday going until early Monday morning. Also, gale watch is in effect on the Atlantic and Delaware Bay. We've got a lot of wind. We've got a lot of rain on the way on Sunday, but the good news is the next 24 hours looking pretty nice. Orsted camera at the West Ocean City Commercial Harbor. Skies clear, temps sitting right around 51 degrees this evening. We're in the 40s to low 50s all across the region. Pretty comfortable evening across Delmarva for this time of year. Winds rather light. They're going to remain light throughout the next 24 hours. We do have a front that is moving to our north this evening, moving through our area. We're going to continue with the clear skies as this front passes through, but as we drop to its south, we're going to start to see that warmer air really start to push in. That's why we're talking about temps climbing up into the 60s tomorrow. We do start out in the 40s, but by the afternoon hours, low 60s across much of the region, mostly sunny skies. It's going to be gorgeous. You want to spend some time outside on Saturday. because by Sunday, clouds start to increase. We see a few patchy areas of drizzle, light rain early Sunday morning, then some heavier showers. Take a look at that orange shading, red shading. This is by 10 a.m. Sunday morning. Those rain showers continue to become more widespread and continue to intensify throughout the day during the evening and overnight hours. Widespread heavy rain. It is going to be a soaking. That rain is going to linger until about sunrise Monday morning before ending, and it's going to add up to a lot. We're talking about rainfall totals exceeding 2 inches, maybe even reaching as high as 4 inches across the region. This is certainly going to result in ponding water on those roadways and also ponding water in yards. So be aware that we are going to be dealing with a little bit of flooding. Also gusty winds gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour by Sunday evening. Our Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast. First alert weather day in effect for Sunday, but it's beautiful tomorrow, at least. Sunshine, temps in the low 60s. Next week we dry out, see sunshine, but it is going to be cooler with highs in the 40s and 50s.
Alex? Holly trees, wreaths, and decor can be found everywhere this time of year, but what many people don't know is the significance of the plant to our coast. Holly was once a large industry among coal towns like Milford and Milton. It was how many families in the 1930s and the 1940s made their livelihood before plastic became a substitute. The Pennsylvania Railroad had a special train at Christmas time called the Holly Express to pick up and deliver wreaths throughout the region. The Milford Museum is unveiling the significance of the holly and then how it all still affects communities nationally.
Cutting holly during the holiday season is not unusual, but the fact that it was once an industry is really different from what we're thinking about a holly today. It's just kind of a decoration.
The presentation from the Milford Museum on the holly industry will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. at the Milford Library, and the Milton Holly Festival that begins downtown at 9 a.m.
This holiday season comes with lots of fun activities for people to do, like looking at the holiday lights and decorations that are put up all over Delmarva. Just look at the one on your screen. Merry Grinchmas from Krista Lavina. Really love your Grinch-themed Christmas tree. Thank you for sharing it with us. That's a great holiday house there. We would love to see how you decorate your house for the holiday season. You can send your pictures and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse.
Hey, that Grinch tree was something else. The Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing already. We've collected over $180,000 to help provide Christmas for children who might otherwise go without. But as we all know, this year is creating hardship for many more people, and the need for help will be even larger.
Our Christmas tree is filling up with cards in our newsroom thanks to your donations to our Bless Our Children campaign. All of that generosity is going to make sure that we get presents for all of the kids on Delmarva to open on Christmas morning. This card here is from Rick and Jackie Berger of Selbyville. Thank you for your card and your donation. I'm going to add it to the Christmas tree behind me. If you would like to help join us on our campaign, just go to blessourchildren.org.
Don't forget to tune in for Coast TV News on Sunday night for Sunday Night Football. I think a lot of people will for this one. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Then we're going to have your hyper-local broadcast right after the game.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It's the end of the week, and that means NBA MVP rankings to this point of the season have been released. Last week, it was Nikola Jokic at the #1 spot, and this week, it's Philadelphia 76er Joel Embiid. Embiid's season stats so far, 33.1 points per game, along with 11.4 rebounds and 6.6 assists. Although he only played one game this week, he showed up against the Washington Wizards, a 50-piece, joining his teammate Tyrese Maxey, along with Giannis and Zach LaVine as the fourth player this season to rack up 50 points or more in a game. And we've got a division clash right now on the Delmarva Sports Network. It's James M. Bennett that has the two-headed monster, Jace Hudson and Zakai Smolin, as the junior guard duo has been a standout in the Bayside the past 2 years and was in game one of this season where Hudson had 32 points and Smolin had 23. For Stephen Decatur, they have the football state champs who are determined to also make a run during the winter season. The new addition of Kareem Bolden, followed by David Chandler, lead this team, but that's not all. Bryson Coleman and Tribe Wise give the height advantage in a guard-heavy conference. That'll for us for now. Have a great night, everybody.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
The Powerball jackpot is always a lot of money. Right now, it's a lot of money. Powerball is over $460 million.
That's a lot of money.
Please play responsibly.
What's this? It's a gift from the Delaware Electric Cooperative.
But why did they give us a billing credit?
Since the co-op is owned by its members, each Christmas, DEC returns money to those members. This December, DEC is giving $5 million back to those who were members in 2011. These refunds are one of the many ways the co-op is different from for-profit utilities.
It is the season of giving. Wow!
Ho, ho, ho. From our DEC family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Christmas is all about creating memories. Decorating with loved ones, being together and enjoying family traditions, those magical moments we treasure for life. That's why, for more than 75 years, at Alton Brothers Home Furnishings, we've had the honor of furnishing your home, making a comfortable and special place to share those beautiful moments. May this Christmas season bring you closer to all those that you love. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury.
Feel the magic of the season as you wander your way through an immersive winter wonderland at Ocean City, Maryland's Winterfest of Lights. Let imagination flourish at Northside Park with thousands of twinkling lights and larger-than-life animated Christmas scenes. Sip hot chocolate, snap a photo with Santa, and enjoy the array of holiday exhibits under the illuminating holiday lights. Find your magic at Winterfest of Lights, an Ocean City, Maryland family tradition. Open November 16th through December 31st. Get tickets at oceocean.com or Northside Park.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Well, get outside tomorrow, Delmarva. We've got sunshine and temps in the low 60s. Sunday, the weather goes downhill quickly. First Alert Weather Day on Sunday, heavy rain and gusty winds.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.